Welcome, Agile friends. My name is Fred Dyke, and I'm hosting this session with our amazing speaker, Paulie Skaja. In this session, we'll learn about how can a natural, common sense approach to living be dead. Welcome, Paulie.
Thank you, Fred. I am
All right.
excited to be here.
I'm excited for our conversation because in this session, we're going to learn about Agile and common sense.
I
Now,
know, right?
yeah, exactly. Now, there are some other sessions in the Agile Online Summit 2024 that touch on this topic, but be sure you don't miss those. For example, Dave Westgarth, he does have a session on AI powered Agile, which you might think AI and common sense might not go together, but they absolutely do. So be sure to check out the other sessions at agileonlinesummit.com. But now it's time to focus on our guest speaker and our topic for this session. So, Paulie, if Agile is simply common sense, why do so many people struggle to adopt it in their professional and personal lives?
I think the challenge is less about adopting Agile and more about using tools and the various frameworks the way that people think they should be. Because when I look at Agile, I look at it as a mindset. And I always take forward the values, the principles, and then how do you actually apply them in the real world? And I don't, when I say the real world, I mean in my personal life and in my professional life. And so I was just working with a group the other day, and they had over 50 people in the meeting. And I asked them, how many pizzas do you think it would take to feed this group of people? Because you can't get anything done. And the meeting was taking so long. So we sat back, we reviewed it, and I asked them to do the math. This many people times 1 hour times your blended rate weekly. Then we reviewed who absolutely needs to be in this meeting and how long does this meeting really need to be. And we reduced it to start with by 20. Now, take into consideration it's 5 vendors collaborating on a weekly basis for a multi-billion-dollar project. So it's a big deal, okay? But we got rid of 20 people and we shortened the meeting to a half an hour. And we believe we'll be able to get that meeting down to 15 minutes once a week. But out of the gate, every quarter, we're going to be saving about $100,000. And we're going to be able to give around 300 hours worth of time back to people so they can focus on really delivering work. So it's that common sense approach of we just do things the way we've always done them because someone told us this is how it should be. And we've got a lot of fear of missing out going on. So if we can improve our communication and start to apply that common sense approach, teams will do more collaboration, start to be able to pivot and respond to change faster, and all the things that Agile's meant to do.
That's great. And I love the fact that you did that cost calculation because one thing we all run into I love how you mentioned we do Agile the way we've always done it, is that we forget and people think Agile is expensive. Agile is full of meetings. Scrum is full of meetings, and therefore let's get rid of it. Let's cancel the retrospective. All these things, but you were able to work with that group to find like what was that common thing we actually need to get done collectively. This multi-billion-dollar project. But we don't need everyone in the room, and this is how much we can save. We can actually apply towards the application and being able to tell those stories to stakeholders are things that are going to, in my opinion, make keep Agile relevant because you did that common sense approach to it. You said, what do we absolutely need to get done? So aside from meetings like this, which are sometimes over indexed with people, what other ways do you see Agile practices woven into like our daily lives? Even when, we'll say some people might not always recognize it.
Yeah, so shared understanding is another piece. Working with developing an alliance with a vendor and the importance of having everybody on the same page, talking the same language. Even within a company, each department or each entity or sub-entity may have their own language. And they may use